Hey guys, and welcome to episode 6 of my race to Division 1 for MreGamersTV. I'm fifav1ck. I am going to pick Chelsea for this episode, and I'm going to use it as an opportunity to do a bit of an audio commentary over the top of the footage of me racing to Division 1. I'm going to use it as an opportunity to talk about Chelsea. Obviously a lot going on in the world of Chelsea at the moment. The win in the Champions League against Napoli was superb. It was awesome, an incredible fight back, a real legendary night for Chelsea. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm a complete neutral outsider looking in. Starting from the beginning, I guess Villas-Boas coming in. I think it was quite a shrewd tactical move. I think he will be a legendary manager in the future. I think this will be a stumbling block. I think this will be his Clough moment, like the Damned United with Brian Clough at Leeds United, where it didn't quite work. The players didn't buy into his philosophy. Ultimately, I think it was a shrewd move to get him in. They needed a young manager to basically, if they'd have picked an experienced manager like a Scolari, like in the past, or a Sven-Göran Eriksson, I don't think he would have agreed to start this revolution at Chelsea. I think he would have looked to a manager of that status would have looked to continue the run and just pick up 2 or 3 extra players season on season and slowly integrate the team, which is possibly what should have happened. But with Villas-Boas, I think he was carrying out Abramovich's wishes to completely rejuvenate the squad. But essentially, he just did it too fast. He did it all way too fast. When Manchester United, for example, are doing a rebuild, what they tend to do is that it's a very slow transition. Even this year, bringing back Scholes is a tiny little backward step into the transition that they're in now. Ultimately, they're looking at Cleverley and Anderson to be centre midfielders for the club, but they're slowly integrating them in, like they always have done, really. A good example of that is perhaps Johnny Evans this season, who has just played 10 games a season for the club, 12 games a season, maybe for 3 or 4 years up to now. But now, this season, he's become a much more consistent member of the team. He's probably made 25 games this year, 30, and he's improved massively as a result. He's slowly stepped it up, and I think that's what needed to happen at Chelsea. I think they needed to slowly build that team. There's no point upsetting players that are still contracted to your club. You've got to get the most out of every player in the club. And slowly sell them off in each window. And the ones you don't manage to sell in a window, you're going to have to keep, and you're going to have to keep happy. Because I don't care what... You hear a lot of pundits saying that the players weren't playing badly on purpose. But I'm sorry, I play football at quite a decent level myself. And I know that those players were underperforming, and it's because they weren't happy. Simple as that. Their noses were put out of joint, they didn't respect him, they didn't like the idea that their jobs may be changing, they may be getting moved on, and they didn't play for him. They underplayed on purpose, and the Napoli game showed that. It was the same squad that he'd been picking, but they were willing to fight, they were willing to go the extra mile in that game for the cause, because Di Matteo's come in, and he's not talking about them losing their positions. He's just letting them play. He's just talking about passion for Chelsea again, because he's a Chelsea legend. And he's just got them playing again simply because they want to play again. Player power is the reason that Villas-Boas got sacked. There's no way of getting around that. But it was because he rushed it and he upset people, and he didn't transition slowly enough like Manchester United have. I think another aspect, especially moving forward now, is who's going to be the next full-time manager. I mean, if Di Matteo has an incredible season now, there is the opportunity for him to do it. If he gets them back into the Champions League top 4 and they do well in the Champions League, which they still could, then possibly he might get the job. But I guess they're going to be looking at another big high-profile manager. But in my opinion, I think the most important thing they can do to the staff is try to get Ray Wilkins back. I don't think the team has been the same since Ray Wilkins left. I think he obviously did a lot more behind the scenes than you see on a day-to-day basis at the club, and I definitely think that he will be in the thoughts if they can reconcile the differences that they had when he lost his job. It was all a very cagey and strange situation. There were some legal reasons why the truth never really came out. I think he got a better settlement from the club for keeping his mouth shut, which is fair enough. It's good business practice, I guess. But there was obviously some strange circumstances around him suddenly losing his job when Chelsea were doing very well at the time. I guess Mourinho was in and around the picture. I guess if they get the opportunity to get Mourinho back, they'll jump at it, and I think Mourinho will jump at the chance to come back as well. To be honest, I think he's definitely still got his heart in Chelsea, and he's sniffing around, and he has gone on record as saying that La Liga isn't quite what he was hoping. It's not quite the football he enjoys. He likes the Premier League style of play, and it allows him to do his thing a bit more tactically. I think he does see Barcelona as a bit of an unstoppable force. He is an incredible manager, Mourinho, to be achieving what he's achieving with Real Madrid, despite the fact that Barcelona are clearly the best club side in the world. You cannot knock Mourinho's record and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back. If it wasn't him, there's rumours of Benitez. Again, it sounds like it's someone that Abramovich admires, which is fair enough. He did do an incredible job with a quite weak Liverpool team-ish. It was a solid enough team, but not a Champions League winning team that Benitez did win the league with. One thing I would say about that is I thought Benitez's track record of buying and selling players was very poor at Liverpool. I think only 1 in 4 of his transfers actually came off in terms of became a regular quality part of the side. I think a lot of failures with buying, and I think what they do need at Chelsea is a really strong buying policy. I think they need to get scouting. I think they need to get their young players in. I think they've got a couple of young players in Lukaku and McEachran that are good enough to go into the team now. I think they've got balance issues throughout the side. I've never really rated a couple of their midfielders. I don't think Morelos is a defensive midfielder. I think he's a carbon copy of Lampard, to be honest. I think he likes to chase his way into the box and score goals. And I think he's good at that, but I think they've got Lampard. So I think he should only play when Lampard's not playing, and it should be in that same role if they're going to continue with this formation. I'd also like to see them try 4-4-2 against some of the weaker teams and put Torres and Drogba up front. I think that could work against the weaker teams. I understand the system when it's not. Just going back to the road to race Division 1, we are 1 point away from promotion. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been fifav1ck. Cheers.